Hey everybody, and how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing great and having a great day so far. Welcome to my channel. This is Gabe, and this is GabeLuvsMakeup, and I'm so glad to have you here. Happy Valentine's Day week. Have some candy, you know, have a kiss, have an M&M that's down in here at the bottom. They're down here at the bottom. Have a candy. Anyway, kisses to you. So today, as we're going to be doing a one of my Valentine's Day looks. It's like I want to do a neutral one, and I'm going to be doing more of a colorful one. I'm going to be playing with the Too Faced, what is this, the Apple and Love palette. I never got to play with it, so this is brand new to me. It's not new to the market, but it's new to me because I've not got to play with it. And I thought I would show you guys how I like to use this. She left me on red, this Patrick Ta blush. So we'll be playing with that. So anyway, and we're going to be creating a look. We're going to be doing a red lip with my Natasha Denona. So yeah, so anyway, if you guys are interested, want to just hang out with me, play with some makeup today, then stick around and let's do it together. Let me get a sip from the cup of love. We love a good sip from the sip of cup of love. Anyway, we all need a sip of cup of love these days. Anyway, so as you can tell, I've got my brows on already. I put those on already. I did a little bit of the Haus Labs mascara, and I also did a little bit of this, the Lancome, if I can grab a hold of it, this Ruby Fever matte. I did a little bit of underneath my top line just to speed it up a little bit, and a little bit of my Danessa Myricks contour balm. I hadn't used her in a while, so I pulled her out, and this is in the shade medium 3. So it put just a little bit on to give me a little bit of color, so I know like a washout goes. And I have a little bit of my ColourPop on this lip gloss. I really like this lip gloss, guys. The New Moon lip gloss. It's the Twilight New Moon collection from ColourPop, and I think the name of the color is called Runs with Vampires. I really like it, just to keep my lips kind of hydrated until we get ready to do the lip, because I think we're going to do the Natasha Denona. We're going to do this red lip here, and I've got her red lip liner. We're going to be doing a little bit of a lip combination with that, and I thought we would do that with this really pretty eye. I have not got to use this palette yet, so this is the Apple and Love palette. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. And I thought this would be a really pretty, because it's got that little bit of it was kind of more of a fall story, but it looks really pretty. I thought we would do a little mixture of the reds and a little bit of some of the plummy shades. I'm not going to as much as I really am tempted to play with this one, we're not going to do any of those. We might do a gold, maybe. I'm not real sure because I've got the yellow shirt on. I don't know. We might end up doing that. It smells so good. It smells like apple cinnamon. It smells really, really good. So here, I'm going to go ahead and go in. Let's see what we can start up with. Let's start with the color Caramel Apple, since she's a little bit more of this really pretty light brown shade, and she's a matte. So I'm going to go in and start with her first. What I think I will do is I'm going to do one eye, and then we will go and do the other eye. Let me move up a little bit closer, because I don't have my desk in front of me, so I can move up a little bit closer so you guys can see it. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's a pretty shade. She's pretty. Oh, it's called, the name of it called, no, that's Caramel Pie. It's Last Baby is the one below it. That's what. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really nice. Let me take a little bit of turnover, and she's a little bit of a yellow color. So let's do a little yellow. Why not? We'll add a little warmth into it. I'm going to do a little warmth with this, a little bit more of it. I thought we would do, more of this kind of a look. We would do something more fun with the berries and a little bit more, red, reddy pinks colors with a red lip. And then I thought I would do a really pretty, instead of doing bright pinks and those kind of colors, because we're getting ready to go into spring, I thought we could do those a little bit later, but I wanted to play with what is it? I Need a Warm palette, or maybe the Bronze palette and the Natasha Denona, because I'm not going to play with those, with a red lip too. So I'm going to do 2 different looks with red lips, but just one more with a little bit more of a berry red, and then the other one with a little bit more of a brown tone. But now that's really pretty. That's really beautiful just by itself. That would look great, and it looks really pretty with the sweater. That's really nice. But now let's go into, do we want to do, let's do Candy Apple. So we're going to do Candy Apple next. So this is Candy Apple. These have got really nice pigment, by the way. They're really nice. And by the way, I'm using my BK. I'm not even with it today. 206 brush. I'm using my BK Beauty brush, and we're going to go in and just tap the red, this berry shade right over top of it, because she's really pretty. That's a really pretty color. And I like Candy Apple. Candy Apple, she's serving, honey. She's serving the basket of apples, let me tell you. Candy Apple. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, it's giving that richness to it, which is what I wanted. I wanted a little bit of that rich berry Valentine kind of look to it. Almost like I don't want to say a blood red, but that real, I didn't want it to be like red or pink, even though we could go that direction because it is, you know, doing a Valentine's Day look, but I thought we would do something really fun. And I haven't got to play with this palette yet, and all the colors are really beautiful. This Pick Me shade right here, that green shade is so pretty. But I'm gonna stay away from the really bright shades, even though I tend to kind of gravitate to those. We're gonna stay away from that today. I just want it to be more of that berry kind of look. But that is really pretty. What do you guys think of that? That's nice. So now let's go into So Snackable, and she's the shade right here. And again, I'm just gonna go with the same brush because I'm feeling the vibe with the brush. So I'm gonna take Snackable and put her really deep right there on the outer corner. Really kind of pack that on right there to give it more depth right there in the corner. See, just to give that little bit of that richness. Ooh, it's pretty. It's like, yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy Prince, give me a poison apple. Kiss me. It's so pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, let's do a little bit of, now a little bit of a shimmer. Let's do the Appley in Love. And she's this really shimmery kind of a red color. And I thought we'd put her right here. Ooh. That's beautiful. I take my brush and kind of blend that in teeny tiny bit. By the way, I did do P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 2 all over the lid, so you guys can see I did it all the way up to my brow. But that is really beautiful. With that Patrick Tall red blush and a red lip, this is gonna look really pretty together. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of So Snackable with the plum color, and I'm gonna go back in and add a little bit more depth right there again. And we've got a little bit of fallout, it looks like. Let me see. A little bit, not much, but I haven't done concealer yet, so it doesn't really matter, but that's really pretty. Now, what do we want to do inside of the inside? We've got Sparkled Cider, we have Turnover, we have Orchid Stroll, we have these three, and then this is Crunch Time, and then this one's Smitten. So we got some really beautiful, a nice mix of shades there. I don't know if I want to do a little bit. I don't want to do the gold because I think that would be a little bit too bold and it might overtake some of the others. So let's take a little bit of Orchid Stroll, and she's like a little bit of a champagne. And let's just take her right there, closer to that red shade. Kind of blend that in. And then I might add a little bit of Crunch Time, which was a little bit more of that whitish right in the inner corner when we get done. That is really pretty. This is a pretty palette. Wow, and it's blending great. Like, I mean, usually sometimes ColourPop shadow, I'm sorry, ColourPop, listen at me. Too Faced shadows can be hit or miss. But wow, you guys, I'm really liking this. I'll take a little bit more basket fill, just give a little bit more depth there. And then let me take another 2-in-1 brush in BK Beauty, and let me take a little bit more of Turnover with Orchid Stroll, a little bit more up here, just to kind of add a little bit more balance there. But, ooh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, do we want to do, I'm trying to think about liner. Do we want to do more of a plum liner on the top, or I don't know. I think we should probably. So let me stop there for a minute. And I did this in my tot line because she's a little bit more of a, let's see, Ruby Fever. I use this, I love it. It's a really pretty color, but I want to use something a little different. I think I'm going to use my Natasha Denona. This is that Microtech crayon, and she's a really pretty, see, she's a rich plum, and that's what I want. I want a little bit of a richness right here. So I'm going to try to do this on camera. It's a little hard. Ooh, that's pretty. Dang, I did that pretty good. I'm getting pretty good at doing this on camera. Okay, then I'm gonna take this, let me do a little tricky trick here first. Let me take a Q-tip first, and I'm gonna go in here and clean up my waterline. Make sure I don't have a lot of moisture in there. And since we haven't done any concealer underneath, just to dry it out a little bit before we do the liner. Then add the liner in there. Now that I've did a little bit of my liner, let's take a little bit of this. Take a little bit of this shade Basketful, or I'm sorry, Candy Apple again. I'm gonna go over to Candy Apple on the liner underneath and just kind of smudge that out a little bit more. Add a little bit more depth to that color. All right, I'm gonna go off camera. We're gonna put on do this other side, put on some lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. And what do you guys think? I'm feeling my inner Joan Collins. My dynasty is what I'm feeling. My inner Joan Collins-tude with this look, because I love it. It's bold. I mean, this is a very bold statement, but it's Valentine's Day. But you know, it's a little bit more of a different red. It's more of that burnt berry kind of a red with a little bit, it's not, even though I didn't use gold, it's just got that really pretty undertone to it. It's a little bit more of a warmer red on my eye with a little bit of brightness in the center. And then we got this really beautiful lip. I used the Natasha Denona, what is it? I Need a Berry, is that what it's called? Berry Pop Crayon, which is a little cooler. And then I used her Stiletto, I Need a Rouge lip stiletto. I used that one, and I probably should have used a little bit more cooler one, but I did, I haven't done a gloss over it. I think I'm going to do that Twilight gloss over it because I think that would be really pretty. I'm just letting it kind of dry down a little bit. I did a little bit of pulling out some of the classics today, because first, you know, we did the Danessa Myrick contour a little earlier, and then I did my Victoria Beckham bronzer. I had not used her in a while. I pulled her out, and she's very warm. So it's a very warm bronzer. So the look has turned a little bit more warmer than I was expecting, but I'm not mad about it. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. It's just a lot more than normally, because normally I do more of a nude lip with an eye like this, or something a little bit more lighter. But I'm fine with it. It's cool. It's like we're just kind of going with the flow. So blush I have not done yet because I wanted to do this one with you guys. So this is the Patrick Ta. What's the name of it? She Left Me on Red. And I'm going to show you guys how I've been using it. So typically what I do is I take this is my Sigma multitasker brush. It's the F47. And I'm going to go into the cream, and I'm going to tap into the cream, and then I'm going to lightly, I've already powdered. I used a little bit, I even pulled out my La Prairie powder, my La Prairie loose powder. I pulled her out. I'm going to do a little bit of the Dior Backstage powder. I haven't used that in a hot minute. So we used some older products today, but I didn't want to go too in-depth with you guys. I didn't want you to have to sit and watch me do everything. You know, oh, sorry, Betty, she's wanting to fall on the floor. Let me sit her over here before I drop her. But see, I'm just taking the cream, and I'm going to do a little bit of the cream. I've been doing the cream first, because typically with Patrick's blushes, you put the cream over top of the powder. But I've been laying down the cream first, and this is how I've been using it. And really, it's been really staying. And then typically what I'll do is I'll go over top of it and I'll powder it. But we're putting this over top of the powder, so it's giving a little bit more glow. But it's a really sheer, ish kind of a poppy red. It's a very sheer kind of, it's not really over the top. It's very, very subtle. But still, I would apply it light-handedly, especially if you're more of a lighter skin. We do have more bronzer and stuff on, but see how pretty it is? It's just a really beautiful cream blush. And typically what I do is I like to set it with a little bit of powder first. So I'm going to take a little bit of my beautiful, my Prairie powder. She's so expensive, but she's good. I'm going to take a little bit more of her. We're just going to set it over top of it. You guys, under my eye, I did a little bit in that inner corner. I did a little bit more of that really lighter shade in the palette. And then I took a little bit more of my Lancome liner that I told you guys about earlier, the Ruby Fever, and just went over top of the plum. And when I cleaned it up, it just went up. But this is that light shade that I put in the inner corner. It's called Smitten. I put her in the inner corner, and I mixed her with just a teeny tiny bit of sparkling cider. So these two are what's in my inner corner. Gorgeous. It's just so beautiful. And I added more of the red shimmer out here on the outer corner because I wanted more of that red to pop. So it's got a little bit of fiery, a little demonish. Like I said, I got a little Joan Collins too going on. But anyway, back to the blush. So that's what it kind of looks like so far. So let me take then I've been taking my Alexis Vogel brush, and because she's a very, like, she just kind of grabs the pigment just enough. And I've been taking my brush with it and then just kind of dusting a little bit off and then patting it over top of the cream. And it stays all day long. It does such a good job. Then I'm going to take that and kind of blend it in. And since, you know, we're kind of doing this whole, it's not one, I don't know if it's 80s, but it's more of a between a 90s and an 80s look, because 90s was all about the makeup too. But yeah, look how pretty that is. So beautiful. It just goes into the skin. I'm going to take it and kind of blend it in. And then I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter over top of that. But it just looks so beautiful. And it's just such a pretty flush. Now, do you have to use as much as I'm using? No, but I mean, when you're using a red blush, it's kind of hard not to go ham. But, and then what I do is I go back over and I kind of blend it down. So I kind of trust the process. I don't really just leave it like this, but I build it up so it'll last longer, because blush just kind of sucks up on me. Take a little bit through here, okay? And then I go back and I take my sponge and I just tap it in, and then we blend it into the skin better. So it just looks more softer. And it just blends down so nicely. And then it leaves that really beautiful flush on the skin. And then if I get over too far, I take a little bit of concealer and go right through here and clean that up just a little bit. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you go in too far, see how it just gives this really beautiful flush to the skin. It's so pretty. Let's see, where did I do with my concealer? I'm just using a little bit of the Haas Labs. Take a little bit more of her right through here. And take a little bit of my concealer brush and just kind of blend it in. So and then kind of blend it over to the blush and kind of take some of that, don't want to get too far over, and then blend it down. This is the thing, if you ever have a problem, if you ever go over too far with your blush and you don't mean to, this is an easy way to just kind of clean it up. And then I kind of just take a little bit more here and just make sure that we don't look too heavy, or don't look kind of blended still. Your fingers, because it blends in really nicely. Just to give it a nice blend down. And see how pretty that looks? It's just got a really beautiful flush to it. I mean, you know, she's fleshy and blushy, that's for sure, but it looks really pretty. So now let me take my Dior, take a little bit of my Dior powder, and let's see, take a little bit of my, this old Flower Beauty highlight. Then we're going to take a little bit of let's take a little bit of pink and the white. Let's take both of those. Since we've got a lot of warm going on, let's take a little bit of something cool. Just kind of cool it down a little bit. This palette is still the best one out of all of them that Dior has. The new one that they came out for holiday is nothing, still not compared to this one. It still just does not compare. It was too glittery, the one for holiday. This one is the better option. If you were thinking about getting a Dior palette, this one is the OG. I've had this palette forever. I can't even tell you how long I've had this palette. This is still the original formula too. It's not the one that when they reformulated it. This is still the original one. I probably shouldn't be using it anymore because I'm sure it's ran out of date, but I don't care. I'm sure you guys are like that too, but I'm just like, you know what? I don't care really. I'm just gonna still keep using it. Look how pretty that is. See, it just gives that beautiful glow to the skin, and it toned it down a little bit, the blush a little bit, and just made it look real nice. And let's set just a little bit more, powder, a teeny tiny bit more, just down the center of my nose, a little bit right through here. And right there, so we don't look too shiny. And a little bit of take a little bit of the, where did it go? Take a little bit of this gloss from the ColourPop collection. Now you don't have to use gloss over this, but since we're doing this whole Joan Collins meet the vampire type look, I'm not mad at this at all. This is really pretty. I'm actually really liking it. I like it when I kind of go with things and I don't know really what I'm doing. I just kind of go with things. That's how I kind of like it. Oh, that's pretty. A little spray. A little this Anastasia Impeccable spray. This stuff is really good, by the way. You guys should try it if you're in a store and they have a tester. Spray some on your face and try it and stuff. It feels really good. Okay, let me back up just a little bit so you guys can see. All right, so what do you guys think? We're backed up just a little bit so you can see. Look how beautiful that looks. So pretty. I'll show you guys up front. Oh, how pretty that is. That little bit of that frost right there. I love it. Now, I could have done gold. It probably would have matched a little bit more with if I wanted to match my sweater, but I want a little bit of balance of some coolness in places. Because the lipstick went a little warmer too than I wanted, but you know, I'll do more of a cooler, I think I'll do more of a cooler red lip the next go round when we do the warm palette. We'll do more of a cooler red lip with that because I think that would be really pretty, but right now I'm liking this. I think it's really pretty. So anyway, you guys let me know what you guys think down below. You know, make sure to have some candy, little candy, have a little cup of love. Make sure you have your little cup of love. Oh, spilling it on me. Anyway, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Make sure if you're new here and you would love to subscribe. I would love for you to subscribe. Please love to subscribe. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, then you know what? I can't help it. I know I suck. Then you just have to just kind of deal with it and just move on, just like I do. But anyway, remember, be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall. Love yourself. Remember to tell somebody that you love them today, because life is way too short. And with that said, guys, peace out. I will see you guys again later in the next episode. I love you guys all. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.